Hey there, it's Mama Leone, your gypsy fortune teller, giving you your cosmic forecast for the next 6 weeks. This is based on some astrological problems that we're having. It's like cosmic weather. Some of you may have been experiencing some problems with communication and travel. I know myself, I've been trying my best to make it to the other side of the metro area for classes. No matter what time I leave, I'm always going to get there 10 minutes late. Somehow or another, traffic gets snarled, an accident happens, and for no apparent reason, according to my GPS, there's a 6-minute slowdown, and there's nothing for them to slow down for. So, I check my GPS ahead of time and say, this is where I need to be at this time. Everything's groovy, it's supposed to take 45 minutes, ends up taking an hour and 7. So that's just one example of what we call the Mercury Retrograde. The king, the ruler of travel and communication, has taken a powder. And so he's not managing this stuff for us during this period. Started slowing down around the end of March, and now we're right at the very beginning. April 9th is when it started. Very beginning, when we have to re-examine, renegotiate, revisit, and maybe even reorganize our approaches to travel and communication. I've also been noticing that when I try to do things electronically, like email, get on the internet, pay my bills with email, or, anything electronic, passwords, even this GPS, Google Maps, sometimes it doesn't give me the right information. It tells me that I'm on the other side of the planet instead of where I am. That's another vulnerable spot for things to go haywire. And traditionally, people have said that it's also a time to really, 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 really examine any kind of a contract that you enter into, because that's communication. And so written things really need to be, sussed out, because the king of communication is on holiday. He's not making things go smooth for us anymore. He's supposed to be back from vacation on May 3rd, but still there's that lingering effect until May 20th. So this is also a time, especially if you're buying electronics, that you're going to find lemons. So make sure you got a warranty, a service warranty. You got the airtight warranty if you buy anything electronic. I tried to get my computer purchases figured out before Mercury takes a holiday, and made sure I got some ironclad warranties that go along with it. So at least, if there's any snafus that occur, I'm going to be covered. So the other weather that's happening right now is the planet Venus, which normally rules love of art, beauty, and humanity, social graces, as well as affection and not necessarily romance, but things about having a well-ordered home, and being attached to your home, and the way it looks and the way it feels, and or if you're looking for a home, you're really paying attention to that sort of thing. Comforts, material comforts. So when Venus takes a holiday, the same thing happens. Communication about how you feel about your home or the home that you're looking for. It's inexpressible. It's hard to express how you feel about where you call home. And if you're having any difficulties about where you call home, it's hard for you to express it and or find your ideal of what you want in a well-ordered home. Or people that are hoping to sell their well-ordered home become too attached to it and don't want to let go. At the same time, people that are seeking that perfect home aren't really sure how to express what it is that they're looking for in that well-ordered home. It's a time of confusion. And when we talk about issues with contracts that have to do with either selling a well-ordered home or buying a well-ordered home, there's so much confusion in nailing that down. What does it look like? How does it feel? What is it that you're actually looking for? And or when it comes to money, Venus rules earthly treasures as well. Trying to get that loan, trying to get that pre-approval, or nailing down just exactly how much money you have to work with is going to be a problem as well, because the application that you filled out and you brought all of your documentation to the lender just got lost in the mail. Like I said, with electronic communications, emails get lost, whole documents can disappear or change their typeface or crazy stuff like that. So now is the time to reassess and reconfigure the things that you thought were written in stone. If there's any weak points in your way of doing business, in your way of communicating, in your way of negotiating, if there was anything that needs to be revisited in agreements, whether they are written or verbal, now's the time to take advantage of this cosmic weather so that you can work out all the crazy little things that weren't spoken of before or weren't even thought of. These unspoken, unthought of things are going to pop their ugly heads up and say, we need attention now, and we're not going to let you go forward anymore until you reconfigure this, you reconsider. It even would apply to romantic relationships, people that you hadn't, or friends that you hadn't talked to for 40 years or more or less, somebody that you had not negotiated a good breakup with or a good relationship with. All those weak points are going to show up, and they're going to say, we need attention, we need to renegotiate this. I have needs that I wasn't able to express before, but now I'm going to have to express them. So, wear a raincoat. Bring your umbrella. Because of this cosmic weather, it's gonna storm. Oh, we haven't talked about Saturn. Saturn is the father. Saturn is the judge. Saturn is the schoolmaster. He puts limits on things. And our dear friend Saturn is also going retrograde. So, it's time to go back to school. Time to relearn lessons about communication and a well-ordered home. Old flames might be showing up. Old relationships might be showing up saying, we need to renegotiate how we move forward, how we make our agreements, and how we might have to just go back to school. Just go back to school and learn how to do it right this time, but with all the considerations, all the unexpressed or implied things that we just took for granted. Now we have to take a closer look and understand that whatever limitations that we thought we had in place or neglected to put into place, now we have a chance to identify them and make sure that those are proper boundaries and not illusory, for the safety of future communications, future relationships, as well as future contracts, that we have the force of law, that we're doing it correctly, that we are not simply going on a wish and a prayer. We need to address the hidden weaknesses. They're going to show up. And now's a fabulous opportunity to identify and correct those hidden weaknesses that weren't available to us before this cosmic weather is occurring. And this is from my heart, an expression of love and compassion for those that are suffering. I have a couple of mechanisms, a couple of tools that I have learned to implement in previous Mercury retrogrades and Saturn retrogrades to open up the way to future direct action. And one of them is a chant. It's based on this character in Hindu mythology. Is a fellow named Ganesha, who is someone that you pray to when you're starting a new venture or a new journey. He is the one who removes the obstacles and brings us good fortune. So if you'll indulge me, I have my little chant that I do. Om Gan Ganapataye Namo Namah Shri Siddhi Vinayak Namo Namaha Ashtavinayane Namo Namah Ganapali Bappa Moreya. And you just repeat that as many times as you want to. I like to do it because while I'm driving, it gives me a focus so that I can focus on the road ahead and anticipate what's going on rather than being distracted by commercials on the radio and switching stations to get the right song that you want. This is a way of just focusing, getting on down the highway. And I found that it helps me to avoid those snarls of traffic. I have another one that I like to employ because of this, you know, compassion for others. It's a Tibetan Buddhist chant, which literally translates to the jewel in the lotus. But this Om Mani Padme Hum is what it actually is literally translated, but it is a mantra of compassion for those that are suffering. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. So I repeat that as many times as I need to, as a way of not just opening up the path for myself, but by showing compassion for others that are struggling at the same time, so that we can line ourselves up and move in the same direction together. So, that's all I have to say for now. Mama Leone, signing off.